doing it again, mate.
Oh, for fuck's sake. How's that?
Still doing it.
Gah!
They came like a bolt out of the blue to discuss everything in geekdom. When Andy and Mike get together, it is the attack of the 50-foot nerds.
Hello, and welcome to episode 5 of the Attack of the 50-Foot Nerds podcast. As usual, my name is Mike Bell, and with me is my glamorous assistant once again,
Mr. Wiggles!
It's Ivo!
No, it's Andy Weirs.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Well, it's, as I say, it's episode 5 of the Attack of the 50-Foot Nerds, and we do love it when you get in touch with us, and as I say, you can get in touch with us via our Twitter account, which is at 50footnerds. You can email us to 50footnerds@gmail.com. We're also on Facebook, facebook.com/Attack of the 50-Foot Nerds. And it's that time when I ask Andy, what have you been up to, sir?
Not much really. Today I've gone to my granddad's funeral during the day, but before that it's just been work, jamming random riffs on guitar. I finished recording that guest spot on the song, and that whole album that was for is available on Bandcamp now. So if you follow me on Twitter, you'll have seen me link it. If not, go on the Bandcamp site and search in the search bar. Search Brendan Miles Harkins, spelled BrendenMyles Harkens, and then you can get an album that has me on a verse. So yeah, but other than that, not really too much. What about you?
No, it's been a bit of a quiet week, apart from it's actually my sister's 30th birthday today.
All right.
Yes, so I'll take this time to say happy birthday, Leanne. We went out for a meal on Saturday night. Had a bit of a family thing yesterday. Just had a pretty standard week. Nothing really to get excited about, unfortunately. But there we go. Well, as I mentioned just before, we did have a couple of emails this week. Did we not, sir?
We did indeed.
Yes, from a woman that you may be familiar with.
She's my ex-wife.
Yes. Okay, well, first of all, she got in touch with us to discuss her theories on the upcoming Prometheus movie and its connections to the Alien franchise, and then a little something else, which I'll let you get to. But first of all, I'm going to read you the email that we've had from Zoe. Okay, it says, firstly, when Prometheus crashes into the space jockey's ship, I don't think that is at the end of the film. I think it's halfway through, and it's a new twist to the film. Either they've resigned themselves that they won't get home, or they have another ship or lifeboat to get home with. The Wayland website has a section on lifeboats. Now, I've not actually checked out the viral tie-in site yet. I'm going to have to look into that.
I didn't even realise it existed until she mentioned it in that email.
One of the ideas for the relationship between the space jockey and the xenomorph, being the alien of the Alien movies, is that the jockeys try to acquire and use the Xenos as a bioweapon, much like how the company wanted to acquire the alien. It didn't work out so well for them, so they altered their strategy and came to fear/worship that form of the creature. I think it's also a possibility that the Cobra-looking things from the recent trailer that came out of the space jockey eggs impregnate people, which turns them into something else, possibly space jockeys, we don't know. And one of the crew, either Shaw or David, engineers the Xeno to help them defeat the space jockeys, but obviously it won't end too well for them. I will be crushed if they don't tie Prometheus in with Alien, because even though Ridley Scott says it isn't a prequel, it has to be, surely. I mean, the space jockeys are in Alien, and they go into that ship, so I think that Ridley Scott is talking shit, and saying it isn't a prequel is just to get more people to see it. The mentality that not as many people will see it if they think it's a prequel, and they won't get it. Also, stop putting clips of it in your podcast. I almost shit myself listening to that and had to move a chair in front of my cellar. Also, hashtag Yawngate, which if you listened to a couple of episodes ago, you'll get that reference. So,
Yep.
so Zoe has some quite interesting thoughts there. Certainly.
I wasn't sure about the whole xenomorphs being created by the humans who find them on Prometheus.
See, I think from the early drafts of the script that leaked out, I think that the space jockeys are supposed to be bioengineers or something. So I always was under the assumption that they created the aliens.
Yeah, that's what I was discussing with her when I took Connor home the other week, and when I suggested she should email in her stuff or come on the show and discuss it, but then her computer died, so she had to email it in instead. But
once it's back up and running again, we'll certainly have her on here.
Yeah. And I said I always considered the space jockey ship to be like Ridley Scott said. It seems like in the commentary for the original Alien, I think that it was like a bomber carrying a payload, and they were like this malevolent race that would take, like, using the xenomorphs as a weapon to take over planets and shit. And basically, once the humans find the ship and they find out, and they actually let the one of the aliens out of the eggs to stop them, because then the space jockey ship gets overrun with aliens, which causes it to crash or something. That's what I always presumed, but
yes. Well, we'll find out.
I still haven't seen that weird snaky thing yet.
Have you not? I'd say it was in the Channel 4 trailer that was on, the extended trailer that was on a few weeks ago. You'll need to check that out, mate. I'm sure it's on YouTube. Must be.
Yeah, it probably is. Zoe said it was. It was. I just haven't had a chance to look at it yet.
Yeah, you should check that out.
I keep forgetting. I'll do that after the show then.
Well, there was also another email from Zoe, which actually ties into the end of the previous email, the one I've just read, and you're going to read that one, aren't you, sir?
Yeah. Mainly, she only emailed this one in because she put the whole thing about stop putting clips of it in the show, and then I started bugging her on Twitter saying, well, I told you to email in why it is scary, and she didn't, so I kept asking her, and then she eventually said, fine. And then I got a text saying, you wanted an email, I sent you a monologue.
Well,
so
read it out, sir. Let's
hear
what
she says, to even have a chance of understanding why I'm terrified to the core of it, then you need to set the scene. After reading this, by the way, I kind of remember her telling me about this, like, fucking ages ago. But so she says, when I was 11, it was a sunny Sunday afternoon. I went to the video shop to rent a film for me and my mum. Bear in mind, back then, no one cared how old you were when you rented films from somewhere that wasn't Blockbuster.
Yes.
So I saw this, a fully white sleeve with it written on it in bright red, and being the minimalist lover I am, I rented the thing. I got home and Mum had made chicken with Yorkshire puddings and gravy. Yum. Then, when we were eating, my mum put the film on with reckless abandon, not even checking if it was suitable for an innocent 11-year-old. Bad Parenting Award of the Year. So we sat there, the film starts, and the familiar sound of a black guy ringing up an upper middle-class white guy sets the tone. It's back, said the black guy. White guy stutters. I think to myself, what a bag of shit this film is. Then the worst part of my entire life starts. We go to a flashback of middle-class white guy's childhood. He's making a paper boat for his little brother to play with in the rain. He seals it, and away his brother goes, not knowing the ultimate horror that awaits him. The little brother loses control of his boat, and it falls down a gauge
drain.
Oh, that's what it says.
Gouge.
Gouge. Yeah. American drain. Bad America. And he goes to retrieve it. When Georgie realizes he can't get the boat, he goes to get up. Hiya, Georgie. It's like,
Doesn't quite say it like that.
hiya, Georgie. Hello, George.
Hello, George.
Yeah.
Hello, George. It's Rocky.
You sound like the. Funnily enough, he's voiced by Tim Curry as well, the father from The Wild Thornberrys.
Well, I seen if I was doing an impression of Frankenfurter from Rocky Horror, then yeah, it would quite make sense that it sound a bit like Tim Curry.
Yeah. Well, all of these characters are Tim Curry, so.
I'm sensing a theme.
Yes. Comes a voice out of the darkness. Then a clown appears. Aren't you going to say, hello? I'm sweating now and the form has lost the ability to swallow. Don't you want a balloon? Cue me freaking out because I'm not that fond of balloons either.
What? Why?
Their ability to pop.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't ask. Then Georgie gives this speech about how he isn't supposed to talk to strangers, and my inner monologue at this point is screaming, "Run, you stupid child, run!" Then Pennywise starts to tell Georgie that he's his friend, with a frenzied bloodlust in his eyes. I'm now sat there, plate of food abandoned to one side, staring at the TV. Then it happens, the moment that ruined my life forever.
Candy and rides and all sorts of surprises down here. And balloons, too. All colors.
Do they float?
Oh, yes. They float, Georgie. They float. And when you're down here with me, you float too! You're no evil.
And Tim Curry's menacing face came flying towards the TV, and I felt sick to my stomach. There was no way I could unsee this horror and had to sit through the next 2.5 hours of head fuckery. I now have a phobia of plug holes, balloons, clowns, anywhere where clowns might possibly be, trains, most underground places, and anywhere I can be dragged to by a clown, such as my cellar or under my bed. It's the entire thing that just makes me uncomfortable. It's something which is supposed to bring joy to children. By that, I presume clowns, not it. Something which should be trusted, and the fact that Tim Curry always has this bloodthirsty look on his face just makes me want to hide. He lures you in
Home Alone 2?
Eh?
Even in Home Alone 2?
Probably. He lures you in with his promise of joy and joyness. Then bam, he pounces with the most horrible laugh and mind games. Most awful film ever. / end monologue.
Well, I just want to make one little point there. It's not a film, Zoe. It's a mini-series. 2-part mini-series. Get over it. So.
Yeah. But,
That's a nice little monologue. And Zoe saying about, you're scared of anywhere that a clown might be. Think back to the clown that we were talking about last week, who can be anywhere.
She's gonna kill me for this.
Oh well. Yeah, well, it's nice that we like when people email us. So if there's anything you want to share, let us know. You've got the email address. I gave it out at the start of the show. I'll give it at the end of the show. What are you waiting for? It's on the Twitter. It's on the Facebook. Get moving, you.
Oh, did we mention the Twitter address?
I think it did. Yeah, at 50footnerds.
Well, there you go.
There we go. Yeah.
And when I read that email, I put, if any of you following the 50-Foot Nerds account on Twitter, I'm pretty sure I posted on there the last. Oh no, it was regarding the first email. The last paragraph referring to stop putting clips in of it in the pod was one of the most hilarious things I'd read, and accompanied with the hashtag putting more in.
Well, Zoe, this one's for you. Oh God, we're dead. So
yeah, but whatever.
Well, well, there we go. So yeah, if you want to be humiliated and scared shitless on 50 Foot Nerds, then send us an email.
Yeah.
And
No,
with that, he swiftly moved into the people section.
Shriek in terror! It's time to discuss people in geekdom.
Okay, so, the people section. This week's people in geekdom who've done something or said something generally caught our eye this week. And the first one is I've got a little story here about Stephen Moffat, who's the exec producer on Doctor Who, head writer, and also writes and exec produces Sherlock as well. And it's been announced this week that he's going to get a special award at the BAFTAs for his recognition to outstanding creative writing contribution to British television over the last 23 years for work such as Doctor Who, Sherlock, Press Gang, Murder Most Horrid, Coupling, and of course the brilliant Doctor Who and the Curse of Fatal Death. Oh God, you need to see that. It's a Doctor Who spoof that he did for Comic Relief. You're probably talking about 96, I think, something like that.
Is that the one where the Doctor's played by Rowan Atkinson?
Yeah, and then he regenerates over and over again into loads of different people until he finally becomes Joanna Lumley.
One of them is like that woman. God,
yes.
What's her name?
Joanna Lumley.
That's it.
Yeah, I think he regenerates into Hugh Grant, Richard E. Grant, Jim Broadbent.
Yeah.
I can't think who else. I think there's a couple of others. I don't remember them off the top of my head. But yeah, no, it's a fun little. And Jonathan Pryce plays the Master as well. It's a fun little scene if you ever get a chance to watch it. It's good. I'm sure it's on YouTube. Everything's on YouTube, as I say. So yeah, so he's getting an award, which would be nice for him. I'll have to ask my mate Neil if he wants to send in an email about his story about Stephen Moffat, which I won't reveal now. I'll wait and see if he emails it in.
Oh, okay.
That's a little tease for you. So
we shall see if that arrives next week along with Zoe's email yelling at us.
Yes. So stay tuned, folks. Next piece of news I've got is Angie Harmon, who I've never heard of. Apparently she's in Risley and Isles, whatever that is. She said that she wants to play She-Hulk in a future Marvel movie. Now, as soon as we mentioned, I think it might have been in the Avengers podcast, we were saying about possible characters in sequels. I'd love to see She-Hulk.
Yeah, that could be pretty cool.
And if you go onto the article about this, which is on comicbookmovie.com, some people have actually done a manipulation of a photo of hers, and done his skin green and what have you, so you can see what she would look like. And it doesn't look too bad, actually, I've got to say.
No.
Yeah. Oh, she was in Law and Order, that's where she's from. There you go. And the actual quote that she told to Entertainment Weekly is, she said, I just have to be here. You don't understand, I have to be here. It's the best quote in the Avengers when Hulk turns around and goes, I'm always angry. And I was like, oh my God, I stood up in the theatre and I literally cheered. As for wearing the skin-exposing She-Hulk costume, she said, I would rock that like there was no tomorrow. I would kill that outfit. I would put these 36 Cs on display. Boom.
Fair enough.
Well, if she wants to do it, I won't stop her.
No.
That's the good thing about She-Hulk, is whereas actual Hulk is, he's always on a rampage and what have you, She-Hulk's quite intelligent about things. I mean, she is a lawyer.
Yeah.
So that is her day job.
Yeah, and she, I've seen in the Civil War thing, she was actually working as a lawyer. She was Speedball's lawyer, and when she was actually as She-Hulk, because I mean, She-Hulk transforms back and forth, doesn't she? I can't remember now.
She's stuck.
She's stuck.
Yep.
Oh, I'm thinking of Red She-Hulk.
Yes.
Red She-Hulk can transform. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, she just works as the lawyer, and she most of the time. Recently, when I've seen her working like that, she's been like working for.
She's like a sexy Daredevil.
Yeah.
There we go. And she's not.
I like the bottom of every article so far that could have any possible connotations to Avengers. They always have the Avengers trailer in it.
Yes. It's everywhere. It's bloody everywhere. Even
Which,
though
if you're listening and you haven't seen Avengers yet, go do it, because otherwise your life isn't worth living.
I will actually have to slap you in the face if you haven't seen it.
I thought you were talking to me for a minute there.
No, that's one of the few films you have seen, so you don't get a slap for that. A lot of other things you get a slap for.
Oh, okay. Well, like thinking Boogie Nights was about dancing.
Yes. What kind of foolish fool are you? Oh, speaking of Boogie Nights and dancing, what's his face died, didn't he? Robin Gibb, one of the RBGs.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he's the one who's been in hospital recently with pneumonia and been in a coma and what have you. Yeah, he died. So, R.I.P. Robin.
Indeed.
Yeah. He's up there with the other Robin now, Jason Todd. Yep. Oh no, he came back from
yeah, he came back and he was insane. Although now in the
so I'm looking forward to the Bee Gees reunion.
Yeah. Although in the new DC 52, I don't think he even died. He's just Red Hood. So now he just brags about how he had sex with Starfire.
Well, you know, if you're gonna do that, I'll brag about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always a good claim. Well, the next piece of People in Geekdom news I've got is, speaking of people who are dead, Steve Jobs. He's been dead a while now. But
he be graveyard dead!
He be dead! He be graveyard dead! He be I dead. So,
oh, God. When I was at Grandad's funeral today, when we were waiting for the car, all of a sudden, I just imagined in my head you going, "He be graveyard dead!" I had to turn away because I was like, it looks so bad for me right now if I just start grinning when... I was like, fuck's sake.
Oh. Well, as I say, I've got a story about our graveyard dead Steve Jobs. Apparently he was planning to take the Apple company into the motor industry, and he designed and he was looking into building the iCar, the world's foremost smart car, which I think smart cars have actually got that tied up already, but yeah. But yeah, I mean, a smart car. Can you imagine that? It's some kind like you don't have a steering wheel. You've got like like the wheel on your iPod. And he's trying to tell you can't be just swerving all over the place.
Yeah, that could be annoying, but
yes, yeah. But like a heads-up display on your car, on your windscreen and all that stuff. That'd be pretty cool. Although I think you can get that already, can't you? In some cars.
I'm not sure.
I think there's something. I think you can get something. Yeah, no, I mean, obviously to be an iPod socket, But, yeah. And,
I would have liked to have seen it.
Be interesting. You never know, it still turn up.
Yeah. The only problem would be that they'd release a new model every 6 fucking months.
Oh, because other car companies don't do that, do they?
Well, yeah, but they usually leave it a few years.
Nah. Can you imagine having to queue for 16 years outside the Apple store to get petrol?
Yeah, that'd be slightly annoying.
Yes.
Although, to be fair, if it was an iCar, I'm presuming it would be an electric car.
Maybe.
So,
I don't know. Yeah, you got to plug it in with that universal iPod bloody thing. You have to run a gigantic USB wire out your computer outside to the street.
Oh, well, that's easy. Get one of your laptops that has the laptop adapters that you have that you can actually plug into the car cigarette lighter. You get that, and then you plug the car itself into the USB port of the laptop. Infinite power!
My brain is melting. It's a recursive loop of iPad.
Yeah.
Well,
unfortunately, that doesn't actually work in real life. So
I don't know. It'd be interesting to try. But there we go.
I'm just looking at the last bit of the article.
Oh, go on.
About the biopic about Steve Jobs being in the works. It was just Ashton Kutcher as Steve Jobs. And it's like,
God,
yeah,
that's dreadful.
That is dreadful.
Jeez, it's like when when people were speaking to Bruce Campbell a few years ago, saying, who would you see as Ash in the remake of Evil Dead? And he was saying Ashton Kutcher. You know, Bruce is my hero, but I wanted to slap him in the face for that answer.
Yeah.
So, that's why I'm kind of glad that the new Evil Dead movie isn't actually a remake. It's just kind of like set in the same universe type deal. Yeah, so there we go. But no, the biopic's actually being written by Aaron Sorkin.
Oh.
At The West Wing, and I think he also did the script for the Facebook movie as well. So
I've not actually seen what is it, The Social Network?
What a surprise!
Yeah. No, I deliberately haven't seen that one.
It's all right.
It wasn't a. I never got round to it like most films. It's I'm not really like too fussed about Facebook anyway, and from what everyone said, it pretty much just reveals that Mark Zuckerberg is an utter twat.
Yes.
So fuck it.
If you're gonna see it though, see it solely for Armie Hammer, who plays twins in it, but they're always like on screen at the same time. It's really really good how they've done it. One guy playing twins. It's very good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to move on now to our good friend. Well, I say our good friend. We've never talked about him. Mark Hamill, old Luke Skywalker himself. I remember when Arkham City came out, he said, "That's it. The Joker's dead." Spoiler if you've not played Arkham City. The Joker's dead. I'm hanging up the microphone. I'm never playing the Joker again. And at the time, Rocksteady Studios, who make the Batman games, called him a dirty liar. And it turns out they were right, because he's actually coming back to do the voice of the Joker in DC Universe Online.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be that'll be good. I've not actually played the game yet, but
DC Universe Online.
Yeah, I've played that. He destroyed that.
I've not played that. I've not played Arkham Asylum either. I've just never got round to it. I've already got like games that I need to complete, so I need to finish all of those first. I mean,
ignore
I'm
them.
only
Just
like
go straight to Arkham Asylum. Seriously. And then when you've done that, go straight to Arkham City.
No, it doesn't work like that.
You have to. No, you have to.
Yeah,
it's incredible.
Yeah, everyone said so. When I played the demo, it seemed pretty cool. So.
Well, I actually read, I think it was Rocksteady Studios themselves put up a tweet this week about Arkham City, saying that there's still 3 or 4 Easter eggs in there that no one's found yet, and they know they're Easter eggs. There was in Arkham Asylum. It had been out for about a year before anyone found the little secret hidden room in the warden's office, where if you blow it up in a certain spot, you can go in and you see the schematics, the blueprints for Arkham City. And no one discovered that, and the game had been out for a year before they found it.
Wait, which game was that? Did you say in Arkham City?
That's in Arkham Asylum.
Oh right,
Arkham Asylum. That's where the blueprints are. In Arkham City, there's a boat in the middle of because there's a flood in the middle of the city, and there's a boat just sitting off, and if you manage to crack the little code and go down into the boat, you find this guy who dies. As soon as you walk in, he screams at you, and he dies of the fear toxin. And you see all these little notes and stuff from the Scarecrow, and it looks like that's going to be a lead into the next game.
Ooh, nice.
Yes, so I shall look forward to that. But it's a cracking game though. It really is. I mean, some of the cameos you get. Like Azrael's in there.
Yeah.
I think it's the Tim Drake version of Robin. He's in there. Who else? You got Deadshot. He's around. You see Black Mask. If you look carefully during the beginning of the game, you see Black Mask getting his head kicked in. Who else? There's bloody loads of them. Ra's al Ghul or Ra's al Ghul, whatever you want to call him. He's in there. Talia al Ghul's in there. Yeah, there's absolutely tons of people in it, and it's a cracking game. I'm a bit disappointed the Catwoman levels went a bit longer, but yeah, never mind.
Right.
So yeah, So anyway, he's coming back to play the Joker again.
Yeah, the last things I saw him doing voices for was in Batman the Brave and the Bold. He did the voice of the Spectre.
Right.
Which was pretty cool, because the only reason I realised it was him is I waited until the end. I was like, that sounds exactly like the voice Mark Hamill does for the guy, the guy in charge of the council in Metalocalypse. He goes like, "No, we wait," every single time, and who might be something to do with Satan. But so I thought that voice sounds familiar, and also the Spectre is like, he's a awesome character just because like one of the bits that I saw him in. He was in that episode that the first time I saw Spectre was the episode that I told you about where Adam West was in it.
Oh, right.
As Thomas Wayne.
Right.
Yeah, it was in that because it was Spectre and the Phantom Stranger that were showing, that were letting Bats see what had happened in the past and stuff.
Oh, cool.
They were seeing what he was going to do, like which half of the scale he'd go on, because they had a bet or something. But yeah, in the beginning bit of the next episode, because if you've seen Batman the Brave and the Bold, you know there's a little opening credits story thing that takes like, I don't know, 3-5 minutes, and then they do the credits, and then the main actual episode starts. The next one, it had Batman working with the Spectre, and they basically Batman like warns the Spectre off, just telling him they just want to incapacitate the villain that they're fighting, so then the police can come and get him. So Spectre's just stood there like, fine, and he's just waiting for Batman to finish toying with him, as he put it. And then they capture the guy, and the guy's like, "Oh, this won't be the last of me. I'll be out in a month. Ha ha ha." And then Batman's like, "And I'll just round you up again," and then leaves. And so does Spectre. But then you hear Spectre come back, and he's like, "You will now feel the pain of your victims," or whatever. And the guy had been working on these, like doing experiments on these mice for this weird serum thing. So the Spectre uses his powers to let all the mice out, and then he turns the guy into cheese.
What?
And then just as it goes back, you just hear the Spectre laughing and hear the guy go, "No, no, no!" And then it just fades out, and you're like, "Wow, that was pretty bleak."
Yeah. That's unusual.
Which I was like, yeah, Spectre seems pretty awesome.
Okay.
But yeah, that was the last character I heard him voice, so it'd be nice to hear him as the Joker again, because the Joker in Brave and the Bold is voiced by someone else.
Well, so Hamill did the Joker in the animated series, the 90s animated series, so he's like the voice of the Joker.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to move on, and I'm going to just jump a couple of stories ahead for you, sir, there from the running order, and talk about Will Smith has got his new movie Men in Black 3 opening shortly, and Will got invited to the White House to meet President Obama. Just one of those meet and greet kind of things. And he took a couple of his kids with him. I think he's got about 17 of them, something like that. And he took the one who was in the Karate Kid. And apparently Jaden Smith decided to ask President Obama, "Do you know anything about aliens? Are aliens real?" And
okay.
Yeah. And apparently that Obama just kind of like said, he says to the kid, he said, "I can neither confirm nor deny the existence of extraterrestrials, but I can tell you, if there had been a top secret meeting about it, it would have taken place in this very room where they were at the time." And I forget the name of the room. It was the I don't know. one of like the official like meeting room kind of things. So Barack Obama was basically saying there might be aliens, there might not. I couldn't possibly say. Strokey beard.
Yeah, that's one thing that's cool about Obama. He seems to do all those sorts of jokes. So I mean, it's like yeah,
he's like, I can press the button and blow up the world at any moment. But you know what? Ah, fuck it.
No, it's like the clip that's probably still on YouTube of when he was first going up the whole thing where they were like, oh, let's see his birth certificate, all of that, prove that he's an American, and then he goes, oh, here's a video of my birth, and then it shows the beginning, the very beginning clip of the Lion King. Yeah, and then the thing and then Simba gets lifted up, and then he stops it, and he goes, after everyone's laughing, and he goes, just in case you didn't get that, that was a joke. Like his entrance thing had like his entrance video had like I can't remember what song it was in there, but then there was like fucking Optimus Prime and Chuck Norris and stuff in his opening video. I was like, I wish elections for Prime Minister were like this.
And then all of a sudden he just goes, I believe in Harvey Dent.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be fun. Well, from the guy who runs America to people who could probably buy America if they wanted now, Disney and Marvel, with their billions upon billions of dollars that they've made from the Avengers movie. They're not the only people who are getting rich off this. There's apparently Robert Downey Jr. is a very, very smart man. When he signed his contract to come on board with the Avengers, he signed up for a piece of the back-end profits. No one expected the movie to be this successful, and now he's earning $50 million off the back-end profits.
Yeah, I heard the other day that Avengers has pretty much shattered previous records of anything.
Took 12 days to pass $1 billion at the box office.
Yeah, which is
19 days. Sorry.
Yeah, which is like awesome. Everyone should give Avengers all the money.
Yes, and do, because it's brilliant. Go and see it.
Yeah.
It will make your eyes orgasm.
Pretty much.
Yes. So let's see. It says, so Downey's getting $50 million. Chris Hemsworth, Chris Evans, Jeremy Renner, and Mark Ruffalo, they've joined the project for small upfront fees and will make around $2 to $3 million with bonuses. And apparently Scarlett Johansson and Samuel L. Jackson probably get around $5 or $6 million. But yeah, Downey Jr. is laughing all the way to the bank there. He could probably build his own Iron Man costume now. Yeah,
because they were all like, oh, we'll get paid up front, and Robert Downey Jr. is like, no, I can wait. Secretly going,
He really is Tony Stark, isn't he?
Yeah.
He knows exactly what's going on. So, well, while Robert Downey Jr. is getting millions and millions of dollars, our good friend of the show, Mr. Stan Lee, is getting nothing. Now, because Stan, as we discovered last week, decided to sign all the rights away for his characters, he's getting not a penny. He does not get a single thing. I mean, okay, yeah, he gets trotted out on talk shows and stuff to go, oh boy, I'm Stan Lee, I'm still alive. And but other than that, no, doesn't get a penny. Poor old Stan.
I'm just looking at the bit where it's like Lee and Kirby are acknowledged as co-creators of the property in the movie's credits, and I completely forgot that they left Jack Kirby's name out.
Oh no, he's on there now.
Yeah, I mean, like on the original promotional material.
Yeah,
I completely forgot about that. It's like.
Well, it's like when Spider-Man first came out. I think they only wanted to credit Stan Lee, and no one wanted to give Steve Ditko any credit. I was like, no, you know. So, and eventually he got credit on the films and what have you. But these things just happen, It's only because everyone knows bloody Stan Lee. It's like, oh, what are we making a film of? Oh, let's make a film of fucking Dennis the Menace. Stick Stan Lee's name on it. He's probably had something to do with it. Stan Lee's on everything.
Yeah, but I just remember somewhere someone's claiming that Stan Lee was the creator of Batman, and it's like, no.
He probably would take credit for it, though, given half the chance.
Probably.
Oh boy, it's the Batman. He's coming out the darkness. He's the Dark Knight, yeah. Patting that, slapping that orange box. We.
I love how my Stan Lee impression sounds nothing like Stan Lee, but he's always that excited about everything.
Yeah.
And he begins every sentence, oh boy! He's like an 8-year-old from the 1950s.
He probably
Oh boy,
is.
I bought me some new marbles. I'm gonna go play them down at the docks.
Excelsior!
No, he wouldn't have been 8 years old in the 50s. He was 50 in the 50s. The man's older than time. He's older than the concept of time.
In fact, have you ever seen the movie Land Before Time? If you look carefully, you can see Stan Lee in the background.
Oh boy, dinosaurs!
Yeah.
When Stan was born, the Earth was still hot.
No, when the Earth was born, Stan Lee was still 50.
He's a universal constant. You know what? We'll jinx him now. He'll friggin' die next week.
Oh, God.
Well, at least he'll be in the news story.
Yeah, but then we don't get any more news stories out of it. It's like,
boy,
well, we're not even to episode... Christ. We need to actually make... That's one thing that I was thinking the other day, actually, is that half the time when people... like famous people die, we don't mention anything about it. So now we need to make a section that just starts with the clip of you going, "He be graveyard dead." Yeah, then just talk about everyone who died that week. The only problem is we won't be able to take it seriously and be like, I know it's a sad point, but he be graveyard dead.
Donna Summer died this week.
She be graveyard dead.
That's all.
Did she actually?
Yeah, she did actually. Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah. Oh God in heaven.
Yeah. Anyway,
moving swiftly on. So Stan's not graveyard dead. He's actually alive. Just. Yeah. There we go. Stan's got no money, so he's going to have quite a poor.
No, but he apparently has the
sure
infinity formula.
Yeah.
He's like, I've got the elixir of life.
That's what he's saying. He's not saying Excelsior. He's saying
Elixir.
That's what he is. He lives in the fountain of youth. Anyway. Right, okay. Well, from the highest grossing film of all time to a bunch of new films now that are coming up, it's time to discuss movie news.
Thrills and chills abound in movie news.
And this week we got the release date for the sequel to Sin City called Sin City: A Dame to Kill For, and it is going to be coming out once my page loads. Okay.
Let's have a look.
It's going to be coming out on October the 4th, 2013. So set your watches now.
Yep. Let's see how much of a bigot Frank Miller is in this.
Well, once again, Robert Rodriguez and Frank Miller have come back to co-direct the project after, thank God, because Frank Miller directed, what was it, The Spirit? That was just freaking dreadful. So at least he's got Robert Rodriguez by his side. It's already been confirmed that, what's his face? Mickey Rourke's going to be back playing Marv. Jessica Alba's going to be black. Jessica Alba's going to be black. No, she's going to be back playing Nancy. And Clive Owen's going to be back as Dwight. So, which doesn't quite make sense because Dame to Kill For is a prequel to The Big Fat Kill. And it's noted in The Big Fat Kill that Dwight has had plastic surgery recently to make him look like someone else. He actually says in the film he changed his face. He's got a new face. So how we can still have Clive Owen's face, I don't quite understand that. But there we go. I believe Rosario Dawson's going to be coming back as well to play Gail. Who's I liked her in Sin City actually. Of course, in fact, you know what? I liked Sin City as a whole film. That was quite good.
I remember the first. I haven't actually seen it all the way through.
Oh, for
me and
fuck's sake!
What?
You
I didn't understand when I first heard of it. I didn't realise it was a comic thing and that it was like a load of little short stories.
You
The way it
don't
had been
films, you watch them for like 5 minutes and think, oh, that was nice.
No.
It's some fucking Tom and Jerry cartoons on for you. You can discuss them next week.
Fuck it. Everyone, the way everyone had been telling me, they were like, oh yeah, this is a good film, you follow Marv doing this and this and this. I'm like, oh, okay, fair enough. And it started up, there was one character, he finished, then another character, they finished, and another character, they finished. I'm like, is this a collection of short stories? What the fuck?
Yes, it is.
I'm really confused. Yeah, but that's what threw me off, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? Because no one said, oh, it's like this story, then this story, and this story. And then they all intertwine themselves around this Marv guy at the end. They just said, oh, it's about this guy called Marv. I'm like, oh, okay, fair enough. And then I got completely thrown by the fact that I'd watched about half an hour and Marv hadn't fucking shown up yet. And I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Oh, it's the first fucking story.
What? Oh, right.
You've got the what is it, the client or something like that at the start with Josh Hartnett, and he goes and kills Mary Shelton on the building, and then you've got the beginning of the Yellow Bastard where Bruce Willis gets all shot up and stuff, and you know, an old man dies, a young girl lives, and you leave it there, and then you go into Marv's story, The Hard Goodbye, I think it is. So then you have all that, and then you move into the Big Fat Kill, and then you move into the second half of the Yellow Bastard.
That's what threw me off. I thought it was just like one continuous story, and I was like, I'll watch it later, and then I never got a chance to go back to it.
Oh, no, that's
because I was watching it like when me and my brother watched it when we were both like half asleep, so we're like, this is moving about too much to pay attention to. Fuck it. Just switched it off.
It's great. I still, to this day, if I'm writing anything and I want to get into like a film noir-y kind of mood, I'll put the soundtrack onto it. Because just the dum 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 dum, that's just brilliant. And just the saxophones and everything. It's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Just listen to the main title music for that film and you will just be like, it's incredible. And each film has got its own separate little motif, and the way they weave in and out is it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Definitely one to check out, man. Seriously, get the special edition if you can, because I've got that. You've got like extra scenes that weren't in the film, and basically what they've done is you can watch the film as a whole, or you can watch each individual story on its own.
Ah, cool.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. And the individual stories, as I say, they've got the extra scenes, like when Marv goes to see his mum. At one point, he's sneaking in the house. that's pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah, trying not to be heard. And also, there's a feature on the DVD because it's all shot on green screen and what have you. There's a section on the DVD to watch the green screen version of the film. It goes through it like in 5 minutes. It's all sped up, but it's fun to see them like when it's supposed to be walking down the street and they're on a treadmill and what have you. And because of the green screen to make the Yellow Bastard actually look yellow, but because green is yellow and whatever, he's actually painted blue, so he's the blue bastard. Yeah, but when you actually watch the film, they've timed the colours and what have you, it makes him yellow, and little splashes of red every now and again for the it's brilliant. You need to see it, man.
Yeah, I'll get that. I need to. We need to hang out at some point anyway, so I'll have to come over and watch that, and then we can, and then we should do record a couple of 50-foot commentaries, one for that and one for Akira.
Yeah, I'd love to. I'd love to do the Akira one. I haven't seen that in ages.
I've not seen that because I've been. I think.
Have you actually watched any bloody films in your life, sir?
Yeah, but
you said let's do a podcast talking about films, and you've only seen like freaking Herbie Goes Bananas or something.
No, I said I want to do a podcast about geekery. You were the one who went, well, we're going to have the people section, the film section, the TV section. I was like, I presumed it was going to be like Smodcast, and we'd just talk about shit for an hour and a half.
We do talk about
Somehow,
shit.
yeah, I was going to say, somehow it's ended up being both.
That's good for me. I quite enjoy it.
Yeah, it's awesome, but it just sort of...
Oh, speaking of Smodcast, that's something I meant to do at the top of the show.
Alright.
Nagini!
Oh, God. Oh, God. Next week, we're going to have the episode's going to be presented by Mr. Wiggles and Nagini!
Harry Potter!
Fucking hell. Anyway.
We'll do another commentary this week, definitely. Man. I enjoyed doing that.
The 50-foot commentary, yeah.
If you've not checked it out, people, listen to the... I mean, you don't even have to have the copy of the DVD, just listen to it, because it's funny. Just listen to us go mental for an hour and a half. Watching Power Rangers, the movie.
There is a couple of references we make in there that make no sense whatsoever when you're not watching the film at the same time.
Yeah.
Because I was listening to it at work after you suggested listening to it without the commentary.
Well,
I'm like, because I always download all of them onto my iPod anyway.
Yeah,
I'm like, well, I know it works then. Plus, I can listen and be like, oh yeah, I don't remember recording that.
Listen to what I've cut out.
Plus, half the time you're like, oh, I've added this and this and this, and I want to hear what you've added.
Yeah.
It's like it got to a bit. There's spoilers for the commentary.
If you've not seen the Power Rangers movie by now, where you've been for the past 16 years?
Yeah. No, I mean spoilers for if anyone's not listened to the commentary yet, and I'm just ruining a punchline. But there's the bit where it's near the beginning anyway. I'm sure it's fine. There's the bit where
you may call me Steve. You may call me Steve.
No, not that bit. The bit where Ivan who says smells like teenagers, and then I start going and because you don't hear him say that, I just randomly start singing "Smells Like Teen Spirit" for no reason.
I was listening to it.
And whoever was in the room with me at the time just sort of looked and went, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "It's not me. It makes more sense when you're watching the film."
I was listening to it back, and I think I was driving home from work, and you just go backflips everywhere. It's like, what? Definitely check that one out. It's fun.
Anyway, enough masturbatory content. We should probably get on with the thing.
Yeah. Okay, so Sin City's coming out. Go and watch that.
We had up on Power Rangers commentaries from Sin City.
Why not? Eli Roth's coming back, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, I didn't hear any rapturous applause either, but he's coming back. He's announced plans to direct a new horror film called The Green Inferno, which sounds like a mashup of The Green Death and Inferno, two Doctor Who stories. Apparently he's taken a few years off from directing, which... I mean, if you've seen Hostel 2, thank God he took a few years off because it wasn't his best. Put it that way. I love Cabin Fever.
Last few years he took to go back in time and kill Hitler, didn't he?
Apparently so. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I also thought he was supposed to be doing the movie adaptation of Cell, the Stephen King film, which seems to have disappeared from nowhere. But there we go.
That's
the film about mobiles to kill people.
Yeah, the people. Oh yeah. They probably heard about the Stephen King drinking game, and then went, I know, we'll read through the script and play the drinking game instead. And now they're all dead from
when he finally sobered up, he found himself dressed in an American Army uniform, shooting Nazis in a cinema. So
yeah.
Yeah. Now, I believe he's also supposed to be doing a full-length version of, if you've seen Grindhouse, his fake trailer, Thanksgiving. Yeah.
Thanksgiving, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you watch that trailer, it's fucking rubbish. So why he wants to make a full-length film with that, I've no idea.
I don't know. I think it'd be hilarious. I want to see what the fuck... I wish they'd all do it, because I want to see what the hell Edgar Wright would do with Don't.
Well, I want to see what Rob Zombie would do with the Werewolf Woman of the SS, featuring Nicolas Cage as Fu Manchu.
Oh, yeah! I completely forgot about that.
Oh, I say Nicolas Cage for the Mandarin in Iron Man 4. For Iron Man 4? For Iron Man 3. Okay. No, definitely. So, Eli Roth's coming back. Speaking of Iron Man 3, neat little segue there. They've cast a new villain. Now, they've already cast Ben Kingsley in there, who we think is going to be the Mandarin. But they have also cast another guy called James Badge Dale. I haven't got a fucking clue who he is. But apparently he's going to be playing... Coldblood, that's right. Who, if you've seen him, he looks a bit like RoboCop. He's a cyborg. So, and considering that Iron Man 3 is supposed to be set around the Extremis storyline, which is all to do with, like, nanotechnology in your own bodies and what have you, I'm sure they'll do something where he gets injected and becomes metallic and stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so he's going to be Coldblood.
I really hope that they throw a RoboCop reference in there anyway, even though it's not that. That'd just be great if Coldblood warns off Tony Stark and says, talking perfectly normally, but uses the line, "You have 20 seconds to comply," and everyone will go, "Yay, RoboCop!" Yeah,
he just RoboCop. He shoots RoboCop and just goes, "Your move, creep."
Yeah.
That'd be boss. No, it's either they do it as the Extremis style, or they should do it like in Superman 3, where that bitch gets like eaten by the computer and then turns into that fucking robot thing.
Yeah.
Who ends up looking like
Brainiac.
No, it's not Brainiac, is it? Is it supposed to be Brainiac?
It might not be, but I'm just thinking the way the guy became like an avatar of Brainiac in the new DC 52 action comics.
No, she gets like swallowed up by the machine and then comes up looking like the Joan Rivers C-3PO creature thing robot from some Spaceballs.
Okay.
Yeah. I was about to say go back and watch Superman 3, but don't. Honestly, don't. No one should watch that film again. Yeah, so there we go. Marvel's got something else coming out, the Avengers Blu-ray, and it seems that we may not have seen the end of spoilers again if you've not seen the Avengers.
Which we may not have.
Yes, go and see it now. Turn off this this podcast, and go and watch it now, people. Yes, it looks like we may not have seen the end of Agent Coulson because there is a Marvel one-shot. Ooh, just like we had in the Thor and Captain America Blu-rays, we've got a Marvel one-shot. Now, both of those starred Clark Gregg as Coulson, yeah. And so this one may still star him. It's called Item 47. Now, for me,
I need a Blu-ray player.
Dude, I've got a PlayStation. That's got Blu-ray. You with your Xbox. Yeah, no.
We were gonna get one for the a Blu-ray drive for Daniel's computer, but seeing as once it turns August, he's moving to York, and I'm probably not. It seems slightly pointless holding up hope that I can use his computer. So
head down to Game or something. I'm sure you can get a pre-owned PlayStation for like 30 quid or something like that.
Yeah, but I don't see the point in owning a PS3 and then not using it for games.
I bought a Wii like 2 months ago. I've only used it to watch BBC iPlayer on.
Yeah, I use Mum's iPlayer specifically for Netflix. So,
well, there we go. Well, this Item 47, I've got a feeling it's going to be the big destroyer gun.
Yeah,
it's got to be.
That would make sense.
Yeah. Now, from the looks of it, excuse me, it looks like the film was originally bookended by Maria Hill, because it says in the deleted scenes we've got alternate opening Maria Hill interrogation and alternate ending Maria Hill interrogation. So is someone interrogating Maria Hill, or is she interrogating someone else? Or
yeah.
It looks like we've got an extended scene with Mark Ruffalo and what's his face from Alien.
Did they with the
Harry Dean Stanton? That's him again.
Yeah. No. With the other Blu-rays? Did they include like cut scenes and stuff?
I've not got Blu-rays of the other films, I'll be honest with you.
I was hoping they'd do
Only got a few.
versions where, like the Lord of the Rings films, where you can actually watch it with all the deleted scenes inserted where they're supposed to go.
Yeah.
I was hoping they'd do that because some of the bits in the films would make it just look better. I just like to see all the deleted scenes in the proper places rather than watching them.
I did that with it's
individually.
still an ongoing project for me at the moment to say, there's like an hour and a half's worth of deleted footage on the Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back DVD. I'm still going through and putting it back into the film where it should be to make one long film.
Nice.
Yeah. I like the fact there's going to be an audio commentary from Joss Whedon as well. Very much looking forward to seeing that. It'd be interesting to hear what he's got to say, definitely.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we'll do a 50-foot commentary on that at some point as well.
Yeah, we've got that massive commentary project to work on.
Yes, we are. Well, we should do Iron Man this week then.
Yeah. I'm going over to Mum's with Connor tomorrow, so I'll grab the DVD.
Okay.
And then we can do it either. We'll sort this out later.
Yeah. Next story I've got, because we're trying to fly through all these because you've got to go to work, is apparently Judge Dredd. The new Judge Dredd movie had a first viewing this week at the Cannes Film Festival for distributors, not actually in competition or anything like that, behind closed doors. And the word is that it's fucking brilliant. And apparently, like, a bit of a bidding war has broken out for it. People want to put it out there because it's been done as an independent film, and it's been described as Dirty Harry meets District 9, which sounds like no bad thing to me.
No, I completely forgot that they were doing another Judge Dredd. Is it a remake or is it a?
No, it's completely separate from the original, from the Sylvester Stallone version.
Ah, so it's just a different story that has Judge Dredd in it.
Oh yeah. We don't have the law or nothing like that this time.
I am the law. And then that random guy going law.
Yeah.
Although that massive robot with the serious face was awesome.
Yeah. God, what was that called? I can't remember what that was called. What's that music? Is that? Oh, it's on the webpage. I can just hear music.
I was going to say, what are you talking about?
I can hear music. It's on the webpage. It's an advert for Snow White and the Huntsman.
The fucking Snow White.
Oh no, bastard fucking Huntsman. No, yes, it's actually going to be very much accurate to the comics and what have you. It's all about Judge Dredd and Judge Anderson's first day on the job. He's training her up, and apparently Dredd never takes his helmet off in the film this time.
Nice.
Good. And it's Carl Urban, who, if you know, he was Éomer in Lord of the Rings. He's Bones McCoy in Star Trek.
He was the protagonist in Doom.
Yes, yeah. He was what was his name? Reaper. Like that.
Yeah.
It was Grim or something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I enjoyed the Doom film. I've got to say.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. Loads of people have said it was crap.
Yeah.
I mean, the one.
It is shit. Don't get me wrong, but it's fun.
Yeah. The one thing I did have a gripe about originally, and until like discussions about it, was the fact they were like, "Oh yeah, this all happened because of weird extra chromosomes and shit," and I'm like, "Fuck that! It's supposed to be demons from hell."
Yeah.
But then talking about it with someone, with Daniel actually, he was like, "Well, they'd probably change it because the demons from hell angle would probably put some people off going to see it." And
Good point,
thinking about it, loads of people, if they did that, they'd just lump it as a rip-off of Event Horizon. So, because it'd just be like, open a portal and all these demons come out, like in Event Horizon, where the ship comes back from the other realm and it's all possessed.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
Yeah, no, that's another commentary we should do at some point. Yeah, definitely. We're very limited on what bloody films we can do commentaries on, because it all depends on whether you're watching from the first time or not. So.
Oh no, we should still do it when I'm watching it for the first time, because then you can get me going, what the fuck was that?
Yeah, oh, there we go. Yes.
We need to do one for Tokyo Gore Police.
I've never seen that.
We need that film is insane. I remember I was watching it just from the beginning scene, and it's like Tokyo Gore Police, and then it starts in with all this 60s music and everything, and pictures of roundabouts and shit. And I was like, well, this is a bit of an uplifting thing for intro for a film called Tokyo Gore Police, and then and showed a little girl waving at her father, who was a policeman. And her talking in Japanese over. That would be the only problem because it's Japanese with English subtitles.
Right. Okay.
But
I tell you what, we should watch is End of Evangelion, the final movie. Well, say the final movie of the Neon Genesis Evangelion story. They did 26 episodes on TV, and at the end of episode 21/6, everyone was like, "What the fuck happened there?" So they decided, we'll do two other films.
I think Zoe's got those on DVD. That's where
End of Evangelion.
She's got the. I think that's where I think she's got the DVD of Akira as well. I think we got that with because she was collecting this magazine that had all these anime DVDs.
Right.
And I know we watched the Evangelion ones. We got Akira, but never got round to it. She's also got Ninja Scroll. I need to borrow that off her because that looks amazing. So
I've got me box set of Martian Successor and Deshiko there. I need to work my way through that.
Yeah. But I'm looking forward to seeing more Judge Dredd.
Yes, getting us back on target.
Yeah, because I was a fan of the first movie.
Yeah.
I thought it was all right.
It came out. I forget how old I was when it first came out. But you know what? Do you remember they had them flying taxis and stuff?
Yeah.
They were made by Land Rover, I think, for the film. And there's a Land Rover showroom not far from where I grew up. And I remember my dad taking me. We were driving one day. I was in his car, and he went, "Yeah," and pulled over. And we went out. We went to the Land Rover showroom, and they had one of the flying taxis in the window as a display.
Oh, nice!
And I was like, "Ah!" So yeah, I could see the taxi before I even saw the film. Oh, it was wicked, man. Absolutely wicked. Yeah, definitely. I mean, Judge Dredd, the first film, it's rubbish, but it's worth watching just so you can take the piss out of it.
Yeah.
So there you go. Let's see, what have we got next? What's the next story? We've got, yes, another remake in the works. They're remaking Highlander.
Why?
Well, I don't even know why there's a sequel, because there should be only one, shouldn't there?
No. It's almost as bad as my I don't like Seamus' acting was wooden joke last week.
Wow. No, Highlander, they're remaking it, and apparently they want Ryan Reynolds to play the main character.
I was going to say, with the picture, isn't that from X-Men Origins?
Yeah, it's only because he's got swords in the picture, that's why, when he played Deadpool. Yeah, so, Highlander. Don't see the point in remaking it, because it wasn't much cop the first from that time around, so I don't see how a remake could make it much better.
I liked Highlander. Some of the bits made no fucking sense. But
well, there you go, exactly. So, I don't understand why Sean Connery's supposed to be Spanish, but he's Scottish. And what's his face is Christopher Lambert's supposed to be Scottish, but he's got some kind of weird mad accent going on. Don't even know where he's from.
Yeah, that is a bit odd.
It's a bit strange. There we go. So we've got that possibly coming out. So there we go. But one film that's not a remake, but is actually a sequel, thank God. Ridley Scott is moving forward on the Blade Runner sequel. Apparently he said that it's going to be set some years after, meaning that if we do get Harrison Ford back, that's an explanation as to why he looks older. Which would also mean that he's not a replicant then, that he was actually human. And apparently the main protagonist is going to be female. So
that should be cool.
No, Ridley Scott, he knows female, protagonists. I mean, look at his history. You know what I mean? They say it here. Alien, G.I. Jane, Hannibal.
He directed Thelma and Louise?
Apparently so.
It features Prometheus in there, and I'm like, well, no, we've not seen it yet. But
well, Well, the main character's what's her face in it? Noomi Rapace,
Hey?
the girl from the original Dragon Tattoo films.
Oh, yeah,
Main
yeah.
character, and Charlize Theron's in it as well, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah. So and they're both solid actors.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. So that's the end of my film news. We've got 15 minutes left. Let's try and bang through, sir. So you move in with your comic news.
Squirm in fear. It's time to talk comics.
Yeah, because we've got such a short amount of time, which we probably shouldn't keep going on these massive...
I know.
but whatever.
Yeah.
I've only got one comic story this week, which I sent you the link for, which is this major X-Men story revealed is going to be revealed Tuesday on The View.
So that's tomorrow as of recording.
Yes. This is on newsarama.com. And in a latest example of Disney-Marvel corporate synergy, the heavily promoted X-Men story beginning this week's Astonishing X-Men number 50 is set to be revealed Tuesday morning on ABC talk show The View. The general consensus is that Astonishing X-Men 50 will lead to the marriage of openly gay superhero Northstar and his boyfriend Kyle in June's issue 51, which features an X-Men wedding, seemingly a good fit for the hot topics typically discussed on The View. Astonishing X-Men 50 by writer Marjorie Liu and artist Mike Perkins is out this week, with stores that get Tuesday shipments able to sell them that day. Since its original solicitation in February, the issue has been hyped as featuring the most talked about moments of the year. But to be fair, that statement comes from Marvel whenever they release anything.
That's
so
very true. Yeah.
I wouldn't take that to heart. I'm just still amazed at Marvel are so fucking stupid when it comes to doing shit like this. Because it's like they're like, oh yeah, you know that story that you've been waiting for ages for to see what the ending is. Yeah, we're just gonna stick it in a random fucking newspaper and tell them the ending, so you get it spoiled.
Yeah.
And it's like, what
about
the fuck, Marvel?
It's about 6 months before Captain America died. He went, yeah, they're going to kill Steve Rogers. It's like, well, thanks for spoiling the end of Civil War for us.
Yeah. And it's like, they're just irritating that way. It's like when
the only good time I've known that to work.
The death of Spider-Man thing that came out in Ultimate Spider-Man. The day before it was released, Marvel on their Twitter page put an image, they posted an image of the entire last page where he fucking dies.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I know. Stupid. It's like the only time I've ever seen that done right is when DC said about a year beforehand, they went, right, okay, Superman's going to die, and in all these books leading up for the next year, you're going to move up to that point. So that, and then like they had this entire battle going on for months and months and stuff, and then eventually when he died, they were like, okay, he's dead. But the fact that we all knew it was coming from beforehand, and they didn't spoil it beforehand, they just said, Superman is going to die. And you were thinking, Superman's like, he's the ultimate superhero. What could possibly kill him? And that's what made the fight so intense and emotional, is because that you knew the outcome no matter what, but you saw Superman struggling on to the final moments. And that really worked for me. But then you had the whole year, the world without Superman. And some of the books in that time.
That's that 52.
No, this is back in the day. It was like 1991 or something like that when they killed Superman, wasn't it?
Well, I'm trying to remember. I know they did the I can't remember why. I think all the main superheroes disappeared or something, so they did that year-long event called 52.
Mm-hmm.
Which they seem to have a fascination with the number 52.
What's that? It's the number of weeks in a year, sir.
Well, yeah, that makes sense for 52, but I mean, why for the new DC 52? They want
because they wanted to release a new book every week, a new number one every week for a year.
Which they didn't.
Well, don't tell them that. No, yes, I mean, like I say, every Superman book for the next year was just Superman's mates going, oh yeah, Superman's dead, where's Clark? Don't know, it's on holiday. That's basically what it was for a year, and then eventually towards, as we got on towards the back end of the year, or the new Supermen started coming up, like Cyborg turned up, Superboy turned up, Steel turned up, and all that just before we could have the return of Superman. And I mean, those stories are still some of the best. I mean, some of them are a bit shit. I mean, it's clearly obvious which one's the evil Superman, but it's a great read. If you ever get a chance, people read it, because they are fantastic, and the artwork is incredible. Definitely check them out. But yeah, it's a bit of a sad state of affairs when the internet ruins, or the companies themselves on the internet ruin the culmination of a big storyline.
Yeah, and I mean, I can't imagine many comic book geeks watch The View.
No,
I mean,
for all UK listeners, The View is actually the American version of Loose Women.
Yeah, which is why it's so confusing.
Yeah.
But still, it's bloody stupid. Although, if it's written by Marjorie Liu, she's the one who wrote all the X-23 series that I was reading.
All right.
Her writing is awesome. So, it'll probably be written really well. It's just Marvel's choice of bloody promoting it. Every single time they do something, it's like last year with Fear itself, they were going, oh yes, this is going to be the biggest thing that happened in comics ever, before it came out. And then it was like...
They ruined the ending themselves by having Thor,
They were like, oh yeah, Thor's going to... They were like, oh yeah, Thor's got to die. And it's like, well, why is the ongoing still going?
Yes.
But then last year they were like, oh yeah, we're going to kill a character every quarter. So they killed off Johnny Storm.
And they were
like, yeah. Which was actually covered in one of these last issues of the Daken series.
Yeah, I remember you saying, yeah. You mentioned that. I think you mentioned that in the first episode, yeah.
Yeah, they were like, where Johnny Storm walks in, and Daken ignores him, and Johnny's like, hey, I thought you'd be pleased to see me. And then Daken's like, some people have the decency to stay dead when they die. And then the second half, they killed Bucky as Captain America.
Mm-hmm.
And the third half, they killed Thor. I can't remember who was in the fourth. But let's see who came. Let's see. Johnny Storm came back.
Yeah.
Bucky actually came back at the end of Fear itself.
Yeah.
When they were like, oh yeah, it turns out he's not dead. We replaced his body with a model, so then we can use him as Winter Soldier again. Thor came back in quite a badass way, actually, so I don't mind that. He got taken to this Demogorge thing that's like the eater of gods, and that's how gods die, apparently.
All right.
But then Thor was just like, once he got his hammer sent to him, because everyone on Earth completely forgot about Thor, because he'd been replaced magically in everyone's memories and everything by this guy called Tanarus, who was actually this like troll in disguise, because the Troll Kingdom and this other world were trying to take over as rulers of everything, because as Asgard, Odin obviously disappeared to keep watch over the serpent. So now they're ruled by the All-Mother, which is like the three goddesses.
Right.
So they were going, well, instead of being like Odin and us ruling over everything, we're going to have it as a democracy, so everyone's equal and things like that.
Mm.
But the Troll Kingdom and this other kingdom were trying to take over it, so they implanted Tanarus, and then no one remembered except for Kid Loki, who eventually he went and found. Oh hell! What was Thor turned into that human guy?
Donald Blake.
That's it. That's his name. I couldn't remember his name for a second there. Loki went and I can't remember why, but he stole his walking stick.
Do you remember when you used to turn into that bloke?
Yeah. It turned out to be a good thing, because then Silver Surfer came down, and he was like, well, I don't know who Thor is. But then he goes, what the fuck is that walking stick? And Loki's like, oh, I just stole it off a guy to be annoying. And then Silver Surfer's like, this actually has like two different... is existing in 2 different realities, and then changed it, and it turned into Mjolnir, which immediately flew off to Thor. He grabbed it, and he's like, I remember who I am now, because everyone in the Demon Gorge, they start losing their memories and that before they get eaten. Right. And he basically went, fuck this, fought his way to the heart of the Demon Gorge and smashed it with a hammer.
Nice.
So he got brought back to life, and he brought a couple of other dead gods with him. So,
well,
so that was pretty cool. But all the rest of them were a bit bullshit. Although I think with Bucky, the whole plan was they were planning to turn him into Winter Soldier anyway, because Ed Brubaker was gonna start writing the Winter Soldier stuff.
Right.
And then Matt Fraction killed him off, and they're like, "Oh yeah, he's dead." And then Ed Brubaker's like, "No, he isn't."
No fucking
just
isn't.
brought him back because he's like, "No, I had plans and you tried to ruin them. Fuck you." So
right, we got 40 minutes left here. Let's bang through.
Yeah. I'll just give a quick recommendation. We talked about it before, the Flashpoint stuff.
Yep.
I actually got the trades of the first of the normal Flashpoint thing, and Flashpoint Batman, Flashpoint Superman. The original Flashpoint story, I found out why Flashpoint was a thing, like how it happened. It's because the Flash, he became the Flash because his mother was murdered, and his father was in prison for it, but he always knew his father was innocent. So he went into law and forensics and stuff to discover the truth.
Which Flash? Barry Allen or...
Barry Allen. Yeah.
Right, okay.
Sorry, I keep forgetting that there's more than one. Yeah, Barry Allen, Flash.
4?
Yeah. He was going to prove his father innocent, and then the accident happened where lightning hit and chemicals and that, and then he turned into the Flash. And then it turned out that the Reverse Flash from the future, which is this professor guy who figured out how to tap into the energy that Flash exudes to
the Speed Force.
The Speed Force. He figured out how to tap into it, and uses the negative version of it to zip around, and he basically became one of Flash's villains because he basically just goes around pissing around, doing everything, just generally pissing off the Flash. And it turned out it was the Reverse Flash who actually went back in time and killed his mother. So Flashpoint is basically Barry Allen wakes up in this alternate universe, and then by the end, Reverse Flash turns up and he tells him. He's like, "Oh no, I'm not the villain of this story, you are." And he's like, "Wait, what?" And then gives him his memories back, and it turns out that Barry Allen, in one of his darkest moments apparently, actually decided to go back in time, because once the Flash gets up to speed, he can actually time travel.
Mm-hmm.
He goes back in time to stop Reverse Flash from murdering his mother, which changes the whole timeline into Flashpoint.
Right.
But because of how he did it, Reverse Flash is actually no longer tied to any time period. So he's got his powers, but he doesn't. He exists out of time, and he's a living paradox and stuff like that. And then he's like, "Oh, I can kill you now, Flash. I don't need you for your Speed Force anymore. I'm free of you. Ha 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 ha." And then he gets stabbed in the back by Batman.
Nice.
Because Thomas. That leads me on to Flashpoint Batman, actually, because in the Flashpoint universe, Thomas Wayne survived. It was Bruce that got shot.
Right.
So Bruce died, and Thomas Wayne became Batman. But this Batman actually kills people.
Right.
Which is revealed in in one of the first issues of normal Flashpoint, because he's getting information on Harvey Dent's twin kids have been kidnapped by Joker, and basically he's questioning this female villain on top of this building, and says, "Do you know where they are?" She's like, "I'm not gonna tell you," and he's like, then die. And she goes, wait, and he just drops her off the building. Cyborg catches her, and then Batman's just like, you should have let her hit the ground, and stuff like that. And Thomas Wayne as Batman is pretty badass. He eventually agrees to help Flash fix the universe once he finds out that in the normal universe it was Bruce that lived.
Right.
But Flashpoint Batman is so fucked up. Now, this bit just describing it is going to have spoilers, so if I recommend reading it, but if you don't want it to be spoiled, just like fast forward like 5 minutes after I've just finished explaining it. Basically, you go through and you're following Thomas Wayne Batman, the whole of the police force has been for Gotham has been privatized, which Thomas Wayne helps run, and then quite a few people know he's Batman, and he's being helped by the Penguin.
Okay.
Who isn't the Penguin? He's like his second-hand man running Wayne casinos and stuff instead. So he never became the Penguin. So he's friends with Commissioner Gordon and that, who knows he's Batman. And then they end up finding out, they go, there's one bit, the most fucked up bit, so the bit where, Commissioner Gordon's like, oh yeah, I'm off to see Oracle, because Oracle's found out some stuff. You get there, turns out Oracle isn't Barbara Gordon, it's Selina Kyle.
Right. Okay.
So Selina Kyle is like quadriplegic, and so she became Oracle, so she's just surrounded by all these cats and stuff. And then, so I was like, holy fuck, that's weird. And then Gordon starts going on about how he never had a wife or kids or anything like that. So Barbara Gordon hasn't even been born in this universe. And then the most fucked up bit though is when you find out what the identity of the Joker. Because unlike the normal Joker, who has like loads of different like origin stories, and you're not sure which one it is. In this, it's pretty established who it is. It's Martha Wayne.
Oh right.
Yeah. Basically, when Bruce died, they both took it differently. Thomas Wayne took it more stoically, and she was constantly really got really depressed and stuff about it. And then Thomas Wayne actually decided to find Joe Chill, who was the one who killed Bruce, and went out and killed him. But when he got back, he's like, "Oh, it's been done. He's dead." And then Martha's like, "I know. Look, see," and then turns around and she says, "I'm smiling," and she's done like Batman from the Dark Knight film, like Joker from the Dark Knight film, and she slit her face all up the sides to make it look like she's smiling. I was like, what the fuck? And basically at the end, Thomas Wayne Batman finds Martha Wayne Joker, and they start going on about Thomas is like, oh, I can fix it so that we were the ones who died, and Bruce was the one who lived. Would you accept me going on with that? And then she's like, promise me you will. And then she goes, can you tell me anything about Bruce? And then he goes, he follows in his father's footsteps. And she goes, he becomes a doctor? And then Batman just goes, no. And then she goes, oh God, and then tries to run away and falls down this pit where all the bats come out. And then it pretty much, the Flashpoint Batman story ends with her dying.
Right.
I'm like, this story is fucked up. And I've read that trade. That was pretty cool. And it has like Deathstroke as a pirate and all sorts of shit like that. It's awesome. And I'm just moving on to Flashpoint Superman. So I'll be able to tell you more about that next week. Okay. But yeah, I'm going to finish my section now.
Okay.
So we shall move on to TV.
Tremble at the might of the TV section.
Well, thanks, Andy, for the comic section there. Yes, TV. It's been announced this week that Alan Partridge will be back. Aha! Yes, God, that was terrible.
what they're doing, he's going to Sky Atlantic, and he's going to be on a series, basically the Mid-Morning Matters series that they did for Foster's. That's being edited into a 6-part series, and there's also going to be 2 hour-long episodes, special episodes, one of which is Alan Partridge, Welcome to the Places of My Life, which sees Alan go round his beloved Norfolk, visiting places that, he's been. And the other one is Alan Partridge on Open Books with Martin Bryce, which will see Alan getting interviewed by Robert Popper as Martin Bryce about his literary works, presumably being the Alan Partridge autobiography that came out late last year, and also the fictional one that he had in the TV series, Bouncing Back. So that should be fairly interesting. And of course, as well as that, we've also got the Alan Partridge movie, which is due to start filming later this year. So it's a good time to be an Alan Partridge fan. And at this point, I'd just like to say, monkey tennis. So, here we go.
What?
If you know Alan Partridge, you'd get that reference there. I might put a clip in.
I've seen a few episodes, but I've not seen most of it.
Oh, yeah. You need to check that out. Monkey tennis. Definitely. So, yeah, Alan's coming back. But a couple of TV series that aren't going anywhere. It's been announced that Marvel have been trying to get into the TV circuit recently, and unfortunately it looks like the planned TV series for The Punisher has gone on hold, which is kind of good, because listening to the synopsis, it's not The Punisher. It's basically a cop who is a cop by day and the Punisher by night.
No!
Yeah, exactly.
That's not what Punisher is.
No, exactly. So that's been jibbed off. Also, the adaptation of Alias, which would have been known as AKA Jessica Jones, that's been binned. Cloak and Dagger, that's not going ahead either. And also Mockingbird was supposed to be getting her own series, and that's not going ahead either. But, good news for Marvel TV series, they're doing a new live-action series of the Hulk.
Yay.
That is definitely going ahead. Apparently, it's not going to be out till next autumn, 2013. But yes, it's going to be a live-action Hulk series. The pilot, I believe, is going to be produced, if not directed, by Guillermo del Toro, which screams quality for me. And yeah, it's been on the block for quite some time now, but it's definitely going ahead, apparently.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a mixture of the Hulk is going to be a mixture of live-action and CGI. So it looks like we may have a new version of what's his name? What's his name? The guy who was the Hulk in the 70s.
Oh
God.
Oh hell.
What's his bloody name?
I know who you mean.
Yeah. Him. Oh God, that's going to do my head in now. Sorry, I need to check that up really quickly.
No worries. I'm just kind of distracted as well, because on the side of the story, I just saw some random thing about
Lou Ferrigno.
That's it.
That's him. Whew. Go ahead.
Yeah, some thing that's got nothing to do with that. I just saw that Lady Gaga is apparently going to be in The Simpsons.
Yeah. The episode was on last night in America.
Yeah.
I've not had a chance to watch it. I might download it, take a little look. But there we go.
Crazy.
So, yes, we are getting a new Hulk TV series. It's another TV series that we're getting, which is based on a couple of my favourite films. Harold and Kumar are getting an animated series.
Guess what?
You've not seen them?
Nope.
Oh, you shit. Now, Harold and Kumar is basically the stoner movies for the 21st century. They really are. I love that in the first one, it's all about them being hungry, so they decide to drive to White Castle, which is like a McDonald's kind of thing, if you don't know it.
Yeah.
And basically, there's, through a hilarious set of circumstances, they lose their car, they meet Neil Patrick Harris, all kinds happens to them. And they ride a cheetah at one point.
What?
Yes. You need to see the first one. It's brilliant. The second one, they go to Guantanamo Bay. They get sent to Guantanamo Bay. And,
why?
And they end up getting stoned with George Bush. Oh no, because they're on a plane. They want to go to Amsterdam. And Kumar's in the toilet. And he's trying to smoke a bong in the toilet. And they see them fiddling with it. And basically the Sky Marshal opens the toilet door. And they're there trying to light the bong. And they think it's a bomb and stuff, so the plane gets landed and they get sent to Guantanamo.
Right. Okay.
and it's all about them escaping from Guantanamo Bay. It's called Harold and Kumar Escape from Guantanamo Bay. Yeah, it's a cracking little film. And then they did the third one called a very Harold and Kumar 3D Christmas, which I've not had a chance to watch yet. But so you have to go ahead with an animated series, and it's gonna be voiced by Cal Penn and John Cho, and John Cho is Sulu in the new Star Trek films.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Oh my. Yeah. So definitely check those films out. Check the animated series out, because hopefully it's going to be better than the Napoleon Dynamite series. So that's the TV news for this week, which takes us to.
That was quick.
Yeah, I know. But we've got to bang on through, sir. We've got to bang on through. We're going to head into the final section this week, because unfortunately, people, we haven't got a flashback this week.
No, we were. Yeah, what's?
We were going to have the third nerd. The first of third nerds was going to be on this week, but unfortunately that's been postponed due to illness. So the flashback that we had set up for said guest has been postponed. So
and then the original thought was we could do it on Transformers, and then we realised there's so much Transformers shit. I need to go to work tonight.
Yes.
If we start talking about Transformers, this episode's going to be 3.5 hours long.
I need to have some dinner. I haven't eaten anything yet, so yeah, I've got to go and cook something soon. Okay, so first we're going to move into. What?
No, sorry. I thought you were going to miss the sounder.
No. I was getting to that. Okay.
Right.
Now we're going to move into the any other business section.
Any other business?
Our first story this week on any other business is, when you just get a craving for something, like you might be driving down the road and you think, I just fancy a gangbang, you know?
Yeah. I often drive around the roads wanting gangbangs.
Wow. There we go.
No.
God,
I want to go to McDonald's now. God damn it.
See?
You last week saying that you wanted cake. Or was it the week before?
I always want cake, me. I still haven't had that cake yet. I might have it later. Sometimes you might be in work and you just go, I fancy a KF or something, you know. That happened recently, and a couple of people who were at work decided they were going to stop off and get an ice cream. These people work for the RAF and were flying a helicopter. So they decided to land on the Winterton Dunes beach in Winterton-on-Sea and got out and went over for an ice cream. They bought 3 Magnum Classics and 1 white chocolate Magnum. And that was it. They just dropped down, bought some Magnums and fucked off again.
That's the most random thing ever.
I talk about an abuse of power, but you know what?
Yeah.
It's funny. So there we go.
And I just noticed a story linked at the bottom, which is criminal caught tripping over baggy trousers.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, a man wanted for cocaine trafficking was caught by police after tripping over his baggy trousers.
Oh, wicked.
Marvin Leonard Morris Jr. was running away from a Daytona Beach police officer when his trousers fell down around his knees, causing him to trip and fall into a tree.
Nice.
And then he was tasered and taken into custody.
Unlucky lad.
That is insane.
Well, there we go.
The world is crazy. People landing helicopters for ice creams and tripping over their trousers.
Damn these fools. The next any other business story I've got is on the Huffington Post. I got a story here about a man who. Where is the article? Why won't the article load? Okay. This isn't exactly what Steve Jobs had when he created the iPod Nano. This was not what he had in mind. Basically, a body piercer by the name of Dave Herben has basically what he did is he attached he did a piercing that attached magnets inside of his wrist. And at least that's the way. I mean, I'll tell you what. I'll just read the article. It might be easier. Okay. In a jaw-dropping video posted on YouTube, body piercer Dave Herben appears to surgically attach an iPod to his wrist. The possibly pocket-paw piercing professional carefully measures up the MP3 player, then fixes small magnets to his heavily tattooed wrist in the same way small piercings are added to the body. After much bloodletting and possibly painful precision work, they love their alliteration, these. Hibbon's iPod then attaches and detaches from his wrist easily. So basically, he's put magnets in his body, and then he can just magnet his iPod to his wrist. So when he goes
He's
out,
going to be fucked if he needs an MRI, though.
well, what about when his iPod dies? No. Or he's gonna if he has to buy a new one, it's not going to fit.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Yeah.
Unless he gets the same model.
Well, yeah, but yeah. Well,
It's more. I
want to see him with an iPad.
Magnets actually corrupting the hard drive.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's a good point. No, it's not going to last very long, then, is it?
No.
Unlucky. Or you could just put it in his pocket. It'd be easier.
It says in the article, a similar and much less painful effect can be had by clipping an iPod to a wrist or armband, holding it in your hand or slipping it into a bag or pocket.
I think that's what I'll do, because I tend to put mine in my pocket anyway, so I might just keep doing that. It's just easier.
The big question is, what does Herman listen to on his iPod that he can't be without? Stephen Fry reading Harry Potter, piercing podcasts, or just a nice burst of death metal rooster?
What the fuck is death metal rooster?
I'm going to put a clip in now.
Okay.
But I've seen the clip before. It's hilarious.
Okay.
I'll just send you a link so you can watch for after the show.
Yeah, I'm just watching the video now. What the friggin' hell is that about?
Yeah.
That's unusual. Well, there we go. And our final Any Other Business story this week, which takes us nicely full circle to something we discussed earlier. We're going back to talk about Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg. And basically, he's had his eye wide this week. In as much as that shares for Facebook went up they went up for sale. I think it was on Friday, wasn't it? Yes, they went out. Yeah. They went up on Friday afternoon, and they started selling quite nicely. They went up to like $43 or something like that. It's now gone down in its second day of trading. Its shares fell $4.50 to 30. Oh yeah, there we go. It was on 38 on the asking price, and it's now down to $33.73. So Facebook is losing money on its second day in the market. Get on that, you little shit. So,
yeah. It's probably because all of them are like, no, we're not buying Facebook shares. They keep changing everything, so we don't know where anything is anymore.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's see where our shares are up. Where is it in the timeline? Is it on top stories, or is it in most recent, or what? I don't understand. Is it on the left or the right? Or is it a milestone? I just don't understand.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking Facebook, pain in the ass.
But, that's why we stick with Twitter.
Yes, we like Twitter. Although we do have a Facebook page, facebook.com/Attack of the 50-Foot Nerds.
We do indeed.
Yes.
But that was your fault, not mine.
No, I just set it up so we could get an idea who was liking us, and I hope the people who have liked us are the ones listening to it. And if you haven't listened to it, then you won't be hearing this. So, but you should listen to it. So then you will hear me talking about you. I'm confused.
Yes, you should listen to it, because then you could hear us telling you to listen to it.
Yes, and if you don't listen to it, then you won't hear it, so fuck you. There we go.
Yeah.
Yes, and if you do listen to it, tell other people to listen to it.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
Share the wealth!
Yes. We like you. You look nice today. Have you done something new with your hair?
Don't share it with any police officers, because if they listen to last week's episode, I may end up in prison.
And I may end up graveyard dead, shot by the police.
How's that to end a podcast?
That's one way to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's going to round it off for the Attack of the 50-Foot Nerds this week then. As you've mentioned, you can catch us on Twitter at 50footnerds, email us 50footnerds@gmail.com, or find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Attack of the 50-Foot Nerds. For this week, I've been Mike Bell.
I've been Mr. Wiggles.
Geek out bastards.
They're gonna make bird seed out of your face, my foot. Ain't no doubt in my mind, partner.
If you've enjoyed the nerddom in your ears, then please follow us on Twitter at 50footnerds, or email us anything except spam at 50footnerds@gmail.com.
Hey!
Nagini!
Fuck's sake, we always end with something fucking stupid.